Questions for Coach?
Joe, I asked Hank about it. They were a shorter team than you, which you haven't seen a lot of lately, and you're able to get a lot of, I said, more back to the basket buckets than I'd seen maybe in a game in a couple years. It seems like, was that something that was a game plan coming in, or was that something that just kind of was open, so you needed to take it?
Well, we actually started the game off in an offensive action that allows us to have 3 perimeters and just 2 posts, and not so much of our 4 perimeter game. And put Luke Miko on the block. We just kind of felt like we needed to establish a little more balance in our game. We want to take the 3, but we wanted more of inside presence. So that's not something that was specific for the MSS for the year. And we also want to start giving Hank and Alex touches where they got to start developing. Hank is a sophomore now. His first, I think he's had a double-double before, but got to throw the ball into those guys. And Alex did a great job coming off the bench with both Carlise and Josh Martin out with some injuries. Alex gave us great minutes. And then Luke, I thought, gave us a nice balance between an inside game, a little mid-range game, and then a huge 3. I thought his 3 against the zone late in the second half there was really the icing we needed.
If you would have told me that, Victor Joseph has 0 points with a couple minutes left in the game and Carlise and Josh are sitting on the bench, maybe that puts you guys at a disadvantage, but it seemed like Don was still able to run the show, double-digit assists, and guys like Kuba, etc., were able to play those minutes that Vic would have. What did you see out of those other guys?
Well, there's a couple things that Josh Martin's been out for 2 weeks and Carlise has been out for the week. So those guys, other guys have been getting the reps. Even Trevor John, we thought Trevor did a nice job. He hadn't been getting any time and did a great job coming and taking his shots. Don set him up a couple times. Trevor's confident. So both guys, they never got down. They waited for their moments and their opportunities. I thought Trevor and Alex had limited playing time up in Alaska, but we're still energetic and staying in shape and sticking with the game plan. So really pleased for them on that side of it. And then the other thing, Vic was coming off some food poisoning and some sickness, and he wasn't feeling well. He barely practiced on Thursday, I believe, and then had a little bit more energy on Friday. Picked up a kind of a ticky-tack foul that put him in with the second one. And so we have to look at, saving his fouls that far away from the hoop, but we wanted to press a couple possessions and kind of see what we could get out of them.
You guys had the lead at halftime. They took the lead kind of midway through the second half there. What was it? What do you think the difference was that enabled you guys to pull away at the end?
Well, really, I thought, sometimes it's just good fortune. One of the things is I think we made 11 threes. We were 11-27. One of those 11 was a bank shot, a little bit of a lucky bank, a little bit of a prayer, and take a lot of shots and get lucky once in a while. That kind of seemed like that turned the tide a little bit. You felt a little bit of breather, like, oh, wow, we got a break. And then we got a couple free throws right after that. And I think we were down, and that kind of tied it or put it ahead by 1. And I got a couple free throws and up by 3, and some confidence came. And fighting back and having a break. Sometimes the ball bounces funny off someone's head or arm or leg or hits somebody's foot. You get a fast break here or there. I thought that little momentum play. That emotionally we were excited about that, and we kind of like, okay, let's exhale a little bit and enjoy that. So that felt to me as a coach kind of one of those moments that you're like, okay, we had a lead, we lost a lead, now we're banking a shot in. Let's go try to find a way to pull this one out and get home with a W, stay home with a W.
What is Josh's health status?
He was great yesterday. He did some half-court work for us yesterday, very limited, but was really active and real good. We weren't going to play him tonight, obviously, with just 1 day of half a day of a half-court practice. So thought it was best, and I think there will a couple more days of rest, and I think he'll be able to practice, and we hope that he'll be ready for Fresno State. And then Carlos will have to see X-rays on his foot. What happened to his foot? How serious that is? We'll know more about that on Monday, Tuesday, and his rehab, and we're going to need everybody. I haven't seen Fresno State play yet, but I know they played Long Beach State today and had a dominating performance, and they were just aggressive, and I haven't seen them. My assistant coach told me they won by 25 or 30 today.
36.
So, we got a big game against a great team coming in here next Saturday. We needed to learn how to win. We need to get everybody healthy. We need all the ammunition. We need our fans, our alumni, our supporters, and good. Nice little crowd tonight. Nice little atmosphere, and we're built on that.
Yeah, Fresno State's always kind of a interesting rival, or across the central part of the state here. What does it mean to you guys to play them consistently and kind of go back and forth and not just play over there, but also have them over here?
Well, I think it's when I got the job, I asked people, who the big rivalries were, and obviously, Santa Barbara has this and that, but it was interesting. More people gave me the term Fresno State than anything else. It's too far over up north to have a rivalry. It's too far over, and I think Bakersfield was a great Division II rivalry. But since we've gone there, I think people really see Fresno State with that BCS level football program, the big stadium. That's a great rivalry. It's turned into an enthusiastic and exciting. And I think a year or two ago, we were able to knock them off here. They got us back at their place, and we've been able to pull a couple victories here and there. They're going to be a top team in the Mountain West. So we're gonna enjoy tonight a little bit. We got 2 victories against West Coast Conference teams now, with a victory at Santa Clara and a victory at Pepperdine here. So even up our record back to 4-4, and made a lot of money on those trips to Stanford, Cal, and Santa Clara. So we've got some money now. We've got great competition. We've got a couple days of rest. Get ready for finals and get ready for the next campaign.
You mentioned Bakersfield. It came out this week that they're going to be in the Big West in a few years, along with UC San Diego. You probably have tons of other stuff on your mind that's more pressing than that, but do you have any thoughts on those teams joining the conference?
I welcome the league. I'm happy they're in it. I think it strengthens their conference with numbers. I think it helps with rivalries, that we don't have to travel and pick up games. I think that gives us a market in San Diego, where we have alumni boosters. I know Malik Love lives down there. We'd love to see us play. Helps with recruiting. Getting over the valley. You get down to the game at 9:30. You get in the bus and you come home. I think it's fine. I think it's good. They're a strong program, a great coach. They went to the NCAA tournament. It's great for the conference.
Marcellus's first start tonight. What did you see out of him in the second half? I mean, he just kept shooting, but
yeah, it was funny because we thought he might be a little hesitant as a starter. And the first 5-10 minutes, I didn't think he took rhythm shots. He wasn't attacking the hoop. And we just said we just got to let him play through it. At first, I don't care how old you are, how many times you get your first start, it's kind of, a little deer in the headlights. And I thought the second half, he started feeling a little bit. Got a little more aggressive, started taking his shot, took his drive, and he had that enthusiasm, that spark in his eye by the end. He took one shot near the end of the game there. I'm like, no, thank goodness it went in. So it was, he's a rhythm player. We don't want to break his rhythm. We want to be aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about your season expectations this year? I know you had a rough or a hard schedule early on, and is that something that you always want to do? Or?
Well, we it's out of design. Yes, it's number one, we have financial responsibilities to play some teams to pad our pockets. We need to be able to run the program, and we play a lot of those high major teams and Pac-12 teams. They pay us, but they also prepare us. I think they prepare us for the banging and the physicality. We played up at the Great Alaska Shootout, and we got all our expenses paid. Took some money home for that one too. And we played against 3 different teams that are predicted to win their conference, and beat the College of Charleston. And we're able to, we lost at the buzzer with Central Michigan, and then Idaho's favored to win the Big Sky. So I think that the competition helps you. I'm not sure we beat Pepperdine tonight without having that much good competition early in the season. So I think it's by design, necessary financially, but also necessary from an opportunity to get better. I mean, you lose a game and the ears are a little bit bigger, and people are a little more open to coaching, and there's a little more frustration and good talent. And I think that we learned a lot about, defending people, how hard it is to rebounding, taking care of the ball. So it's an important part.
Can I just get your thoughts on what you saw out there when they were running that full court press and that helped them get back in the game, kind of?
Yeah, it was what Donovan Fields is such a great kid and great player that I thought he was looking at the press break from the passing standpoint. He tried to break it with a dribble to start with, and tried to go up the middle, and they collapsed on it, lost the ball. So then he just started passing. After a timeout or two, I got him to understand that he needed to attack the outside of it and go up the sideline. So once he made a little adjustment there, I thought we did a nice job at just advancing the ball a little bit to the 2-man and getting to some zone offense. So, we don't have to. You always don't want to have to take a timeout to make an adjustment. But when they made a 6 or 8-0 run, I believe with that we had to take one. They tied the game up and made some adjustments and were able to kind of get through that from that point.
Anything else for Coach Callero?